Hello and welcome to the kitchens of ST Cheese, where after looking at the lovely promenade, we're getting ready to make cheese. So you can see, got the kitchen all clean. The first step making cheese is sanitation. Cheese is made as a bacterial process, so you have to make sure that everything is absolutely clean. To get stuff clean in our kitchen, we start out with a countertop that's been wiped down with Clorox wipes and Fantastic to get it perfectly sanitary. Most of the instruments used, including the pot in which the milk will heat up, are being boiled right now. They're brought up to a boil with a lid for 5 minutes, and that'll sterilize everything in there. Boiling water is also a good chance to double check your thermometers that they read 212 at boiling. Sanitize things that aren't meant to go in the pot. You put 1 tablespoon of Clorox into hot water in a cleaned out gallon jug. I use 3. Fill up the sink with water. My mold isn't quite big enough to fit in, but almost everything else is. Rinse it out. Things come out sterilized and get put in the staging area. While we're waiting for everything to get clean, we can also take a quick look. There's our home cheese making book where we're getting our recipes. Thanks, Ricky Carroll. And if we look in the fridge, we can see today we'll be using Skytop Farms organic non-homogenized milk. It's a new type of milk. I've never used it before, so we're hoping it works out pretty well. And down there at the bottom in a Tupperware container, we've got a farmhouse cheddar aging. So stick around and we'll show you some other processes later. Welcome back. As you can see, we have all our utensils clean and in the staging area, ready to go. We've also put our pot into our double boiler and stuck in our thermometer, and then we also have an electric thermometer in the water in the outer double boiler. We put our milk in. There's our milk bottles waiting for recycling. And right now we're bringing it up to our initial temperature before we add the starter culture. To do that, we just bring up the temperature. We're heading up to 90, so right now we're at only 75. 2 gallons of 40-degree milk takes a little bit of heating. What you don't want to do is heat it fast or scald it or anything like that. So I'll turn on the burner a little bit, bring up the outer pot a hair over 90, and then slowly the milk should come up. Once it's at 90, we'll add the culture and then let it ripen for a little while. This is non-homogenized milk, and if you like milk, when you're pouring it in here, you really do want to take a swig, but I don't. You can see there's a little bit of cream and butter fat floating on the top of it, and hopefully we'll make a rich cheese. Alright, we'll come back probably when we're testing the curd to make sure it's firm enough. Welcome back. Our double boiler is about at 91 degrees, and our milk is coming up to temperature, about 87.5. Give it a mix and see what that's coming at, but soon they're going to meet 87.8. Soon they're going to meet at the middle at 90, and because we're making a Queso Fresco, the next step will be to put in our mesophilic culture and give it a good mix. And then we've got some rennet dissolving in some distilled water. We'll give a quick stir to, pour through our slotted spoon, back into the pot of milk, and then you wait 30 to 45 minutes and pray that a good solid curd forms. So hopefully everything will go well, and these ingredients will turn milk into cheese. Actually, curd's in the way, which is close to cheese. So our milk has been setting up for 45 minutes. It's time to test for the mythical clean break. Stick a clean finger in, pull it up. There you go. You get that nice clean break. Feels like tofu. This finger was washed before that was done. And now it's time to cut the curd. So we take our knife, stick it in. And I don't know if I can film this and do it at the same time, but it cuts, and the cuts maintain, and at the middle for this recipe, we're going to cut them 1/4 of an inch. I'm going to sign off, rinse off my finger, continue to cut the curd, but we'll be back when they're cooking. Hey, we're back, and you've missed quite a bit. We cut the curds cooked the curds, they got stirred, they slowly got smaller. We had some bigger ones in there. We kept chopping up with the knife. Then they got drained a lot of the way out. We put in a ton of salt, 2 tablespoons. And we're also, for this particular batch, since we're making a Queso Fresco, which means fresh cheese, we aren't going to age the cheese, so to add a little flavor, we're sticking in some Ponzi Spices Green Goddess, which has already been put in, but we're trying to keep the curds for 30 minutes at about 95 degrees. I'm stirring frequently to keep them from matting, and then soon all of the curds, which are continuing to exude whey, will get put over here into our press, which has been lined with cheesecloth, and we press for 6 hours, I believe, and then you're allowed to eat it. So that's exciting. Be back soon. So we've drained out the whey, added herbs, cooked, and now we've put our curds, which are a nice, small, pretty firm consistency. And you can see the green herbs in there. They're in our press, which is almost ready to go. I'm going to cover it up and press it. During the cooking process, a lot more whey came out, and we lost a decent amount of herbs. And we strain. We forgot to sanitize our colander until the very last minute. But it looks pretty good. I tasted a bite of the curds. They have a very nice, mild, light, sort of mozzarella farm cheese flavor, and the herbs really help. Plenty of salt. Could use some pepper, so maybe when we serve it, we'll put a little olive oil and pepper on it. So it's time to do the pressing, and then put all this stuff in the dishwasher, and then just wait 6 hours. So come back when the cheese is ready to come out of the press. Okay, so it's been 6 hours. Our cheese has been in the press. This is a little binder clip. I used to know how far to twist it in. And the nice thing about this one is that it's a Queso Fresco, which means we can eat it now. We've kind of been waiting for it with great anticipation. Got a nice white wine in the fridge. These guys all in the dishwasher. There's a little spring that keeps this tension. And let's see what happens. We press this guy out. Stuck with the follower. Press it on through. Into the sink. And that is a Queso Fresco. We're going to dump it onto our cutting board. Give it a cut. Give it a sliver. It was really good. So, come on over. Try some. Thank you very much.